Good morning, everybody. Kurt Risch here, and thanks for joining me on the One Shepherd. So today we are continuing with our Old Testament reading of the book of Exodus, chapter 19. In the third month after the children of Israel had gone out of the land of Egypt, on the same day they came to the wilderness of Sinai, for they had departed from Rephidim, had come to the wilderness of Sinai, and camped in the wilderness. So Israel camped there before the mountain. And Moses went up to God, and the Lord called to him from the mountain, saying, Thus you shall say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, You have seen what I did to the Egyptians, and how I bore you on eagle's wings, and brought you to myself. Now, therefore, if you will indeed obey my voice and keep my covenant, then you shall be a special treasure to me above all people, for all the earth is mine, and you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which you shall speak to the children of Israel. So Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before them all these words which the Lord commanded him. Then all the people answered together and said, All that the Lord has spoken, we will do. So Moses brought back the words of the people to the Lord. And the Lord said to Moses, Behold, I come to you in the thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with you, and believe you forever. So Moses told the words of the people to the Lord. Then the Lord said to Moses, Go to the people and consecrate them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and let them be ready for the third day. For on the third day the Lord will come down upon Mount Sinai in the sight of all people. You shall set bounds for the people all around, saying, Take heed to yourselves that you do not go up to the mountain or touch its base. Whoever touches the mountain shall surely be put to death. Not a hand shall touch him, but he shall surely be stoned or shot with an arrow. Whether a man or a beast, he shall not live. When the trumpet sounds long, they shall come near the mountain. So we have a word study here, which is consecrate. The Hebrew word is kadash, and its Strong's Concordance number is 6942. This Hebrew verb means to make holy, to declare distinct, or to set apart. The word describes dedicating an object or a person to God. By delivering the Israelites from slavery in Egypt, God made the nation of Israel distinct. Through his mighty acts of deliverance, God demonstrated that the Israelites were his people and he was their God. By having the people wash themselves at Mount Sinai, the Lord made it clear that they as a people were being set apart for him. Just like the Israelites, Christians have also been delivered from slavery to sin. This deliverance has set us apart. We have been dedicated to our Savior and his purposes. We have been called to his holy people. Just an added comment here, guys. We just read a second ago that Israel was to be his priests or his holy people. That they weren't to keep God to themselves, they were to share God. We see that all through the Old Testament, that they were to share God with the other nations, to lead them to God. The same thing Christians are called to do today. So it's very important that we remember that when God set us apart as Christians, he is setting us apart not to keep God to ourselves, but to share him, to reach out to people, to draw people to God. And we do this, of course, through the sharing of what Christ has done for us and through us. So in other words, our own gospel testimony or our own testimony, but also through sharing of the word, because the word is more powerful than us. So anyhow, let's continue here on verse 14. So Moses went down from the mountain to the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said to the people, Be ready for the third day. Do not come near your wives. Then it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunderings and lightnings and a thick cloud on the mountains. And the sound of the trumpet was very loud, so that all the people who were in the camp trembled. And Moses brought the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. Now Mount Sinai was completely in smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire. Its smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain quaked greatly. And when the blast of the trumpet sounded and long and became louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God answered him by voice. Then the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mountain. And the Lord called Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up. And the Lord said to Moses, "Go down and warn the people, lest they break through to gaze at the Lord, and many of them perish. Also, let the priests who come near the Lord consecrate themselves, lest the Lord break out against them." But Moses said to the Lord, "The people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for you warned us, saying, 'Set bounds around the mountain and consecrate it.'" Then the Lord said to him, "Away, get down, then come up, you and Aaron with you, but do not let the priests and the people break through to come up to the Lord, lest he break out against them." So Moses went down to the people and spoke to them. Guys, that's it for our Old Testament reading of Exodus chapter 19. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to join us tomorrow as we continue with Exodus 20. Also, be sure to like and subscribe below, as that helps to share get YouTube to share the word of our gospel readings. And if you have any comments, questions, put them below. And in the meantime, have a great day, and may God bless.